Welcome back to working on my vertical wall garden, or a vertical hydroponic system. First thing you do is make sure, safety first, make sure you have some good gloves, leather gloves or something, and of course some eye glassware, because things are going to be flying around here. In one of the videos I watched, the suggestion was to fill the bottle full of water and freeze it, and that way you have like a solid, strong surface to drill your holes into. Well, that'd probably be good for a smaller bottle. I'm working on 30 of these. That would be a lot of water and a lot of ice, and I don't have room for that or time for that, and this method seems to have worked fine. One of the reasons I picked this water bottle over the other ones, this nice grippy area, like a handle, and this is going to help when we put holes in everything, because it kind of is inside of my table here when we drill holes. So the first hole that we want to drill is the bottom hole. And as I mentioned before, this portion right here is pretty thick plastic. And so we want to do a couple things before we actually drill the full size hole that we're going to put in here. To drill the holes, the full size hole, I have these Milwaukee hole dozers. Now this is the 1 3/4 inch that will go in the bottom part here, and then a 4-inch one for the side. Now if you don't have these hole dozers and stuff, when you go to the store to buy, and don't get the one that's already attached, like the 1 3/4 one. Get the detached ones and a quick release for the bit. And that will save you a lot of headache, because it's just moving the bit and putting it on the other one instead of worrying about trying to have the right one to put on here. Like I said, we need to take a couple steps before we drill the 1 3/4 inch hole. We need to create a guide hole, but we can't just create a guide hole with a 3/4 inch bit. We have to start with a smaller guide hole, because I found that anything above 1/8 bit, 1/8 inch, it would just slip and slide right off. So we have to start out with 7/64. So make sure that your bottle is nice and secure. Okay, what you want to do with this very small drill bit is make a starter drill hole as close to the top little spot there as you can. To put in a bigger bit. This is a quarter inch bit. Now with a 1/4 inch drill bit, you want to expand the center hole that you just made. So now that you have your starter hole, you can put the drill bit into the starter hole, and then you can start drilling in. And you kind of want to start slowly with it, and then just go to town. when you get a piece of plastic stuck in there, do not try to get it out with your bare fingers, you know. And then they also have these little spots right here where you can stick something in to pull it out. And there we have the hole. Next, side hole. And for this, we go back to this first starter hole, or go back to the 1/4 inch. We want to go to the 3rd rib and drill a pilot hole. So now that you have your pilot hole, you stick your drill bit in the pilot hole. And then you want to get most of the top part, but try to leave a little bit of the bottom part so you don't worry about cracking the rest of the bottom. Now to finish up, we're just going to cut off the remainder little spots. And what we'll do in another video, we'll start doing the holes and the caps to let the water go through. I think what I'm pretty much going to simply do is just drill about 5 or 6 holes in the cap, and that should be plenty to let water through.
As you can see, the holes are just tight enough to get the top in, and that's not coming out.
Now some people put silicone in between these things. That's not really necessary at this point. The water is going to come down and go right into the second one. It's not going to leak or anything there. I'm not sure why they would want to seal it up, maybe to prevent other water from getting in, but I mean, you got a big hole right here. Like I mentioned in the last video, I plan on doing some support on each level with some wire to keep it even more strong. But these things are in here pretty much for good. And then once we get the holes in the cap, you can just easily have access to them to screw them on and off. And it's a little rough, so I'll have to figure out what to do with that. And then we also have room to put in the rocks, put in the plant, and such. And that's it.